no bigger. You were wrong, as Loki is making his PWG debut against Davey Richards. Davey Richards, of course, we're still waiting on him to announce his partner for the PWG's DDT4 Tag Team Title Tournament, and so this, this could be the application process for Loki. Loki could may have the PWG World Tag Team titles in his sights, or he could just be here to beat the crap out of Davey Richards.
That's right. And this is a huge match, possibly one of the biggest matches that we've had in PWG, and that's saying something. A very highly anticipated match, and Davey Richards still showing his disdain for the fans of PWG.
Really thumbing his nose at him.
That's right. And just not pointing him out.
Instead of thumbing his nose, he's actually pointing at their noses and saying how big and bulbous they are.
Using his index finger.
That's right. And Loki, you can see stretching. He is known for his high-powered offense, his kicks, his hard kicks. That's what I was gonna say. But, his hard kicks, as well as his variety of high-impact maneuvers. Key crushers and the stomps to the chest. Loki is really very, very well-rounded. He can hit you from almost anywhere. And Davey Richards, whether it was consciously or subconsciously, has patterned himself a little bit after Loki as well. We talked about the Alan Shelley Kakahashi comparison. Davey Richards Loki comparisons can go on. Both men known for their kicking ability to kick a hole through a barn door, and both men also known for their deadly neck attacks, or near deadly neck attack. Of course, Davey Richards with the VR driver, the Rich Nokia one, and Loki, of course, with the key crusher. And so both these teams are formidable opponents, and I'm not sure that even though Loki has the experience edge, I'm not sure that one could pick the favorite in this match this week.
Absolutely, and Davey Richards.
Disco, please pick a favorite in this match.
Oh God. Well, I mean, I've only seen Loki. I believe it was twice when he was wrestling here on the.
Twice in your career, you've only seen Loki wrestle twice.
Please let me complete my thought. I've only seen him wrestle live twice on the West Coast, and but I've seen him numerous times on television.
He's only appeared on the West Coast thrice.
Yes, and so the fact that I've seen Davey Richards a lot, so I'm obviously
more times than you care for.
Yes, exactly, and he's been in my face a few times, yours as well. So I would have to say that
Shades of Dynamite Kid and Tiger Mask 1 as Loki with the headstand and the escape from the head scissors applied by Davey Richards. But anyway.
But my point being is, I've seen Davey Richards' offense, and I've seen how destructive he has been, in a tag team affair, in a singles competition. This will be my first time seeing Loki in quite a while. But I'd have to say, even though I've only seen Loki a few times live, I have to say that he's a formidable opponent. So I don't even know which way to swing it. I'm gonna go with Davey Richards, just only because of my familiarity with him.
It was a long way to go for a two-word answer.
Hey, we've got a long weekend, so I gotta space it out.
Time where you can. But Loki slapping the face of Davey Richards, but Davey Richards, you can see grabbing onto the hands of Loki to prevent him from doing it. Now both men with ankle locks applied on one another. Davey Richards, though, unfortunately for him, is in a very bad position as Loki, though, rolls through, and Davey Richards, he's sprawled out on the mat, but he matched up very evenly with Loki at that point. The fans very receptive of it, or very appreciative of it, and so even though Davey Richards has been showing his disdain for the fans in recent months, Loki, or they're willing to forgive what he may think of them for his great performances in the ring.
And now Loki backing Davey Richards into the ropes, but it seems Davey Richards just reversed it. Now Loki on the ropes, and the referee Patrick Hernandez trying to. He's a little afraid to get in between these two, and I would have to say, he's the smartest one in there.
Davey Richards may have made the mistake of the match, and he just pie-faced Loki, and Loki chopping Richards and knocking him all the way out of the ring and to the outside. And Loki is he's searching around much like a monitor lizard, just looking for its prey and stinging out his tongue, feeling the temperature of the air and if it has changed. I'm not saying that Loki is a monitor lizard or in fact has a biological system like a monitor lizard. I'm just saying it reminds me.
Oh, you're not saying
that? No. Please.
Oh,
Al Sharpton has already paid one visit to the studio. I want him back again.
So if Loki starts doing push-ups in there, you did not study.
Oh no, that's right. They do, and they stick their necks up. And
see, I'm not as dumb as I look.
That's true. I give you that one.
Thank you.
We're back to square one after feeling each other out. These two men, I believe, have met on one occasion, possibly more, but I know that at least one match that these two men have had, singles match at least, singles encounter. And so, I mean, they are familiar with one another, but Davey Richards has really grown as a wrestler since their first meeting. I believe at that point, Loki coming up and kicking Davey Richards in the face, similar to Davey Richards when he bridges back and kicks his opponent in the face. And Davey Richards a bit upset by Loki. He continues to jaw with him, and I'm not sure that's what Davey Richards wants to do, but perhaps it was because he baited Loki into throwing a chop, and then when he did throw the chop, he picked out the leg from him, a single leg takedown, and now pulling him back in the bow and arrow stretch.
Nicely done by Davey Richards. A clear game plan right there, baiting Loki into chopping him with that leg, and now the camel clutch, just putting immense pressure on the back, and now taking the arm as well. Very nicely done by working his way back as Davey Richards, but still jawing with the fans. He's clearly got an agenda with the fans, and now taking it out on Loki, swings around
with the cravat and almost swung into a front chancery, but instead he hits him with the cravat and then spins him throws him down to the mat, and then with the leg scissors shades of Super Dragon, his former partner. And speaking of Super Dragon, when these two men met before, when Loki and Davey Richards met before, Davey Richards was not the PWG World Tag Team Champion along with Super Dragon, but Loki reversing the leg scissors into a pinning predicament on Davey Richards, only getting a 2 count. But so Davey Richards has really grown as a wrestler since these two first met. He's really, he's really benefited from the tutelage, whether it was intentional or not, of Super Dragon. And so it'd be interesting to see Loki's one and only singles match encounter with Super Dragon ended in a time limit draw. So I mean, this match, if Davey Richards really breaks out his Super Dragon style offense, this match could end in a draw. But Loki bridges out of the pinning predicament, shakes his head like Dikembe Mutombo, telling Davey Richards that no, you're not going to beat me that easily. At least that's what I think he said with the head shake.
And Davey Richards now getting himself psyched back into the game, but still distracted by the fans.
You know what, Disco Machine? I don't know that if you've noticed this about wrestling fans, but more often than not, they're there for the whole match. They generally don't leave and not come back during the match. Some may go to the bathroom, but they'll filter back in during the match, and so they're not going anywhere. I think Davey Richards needs to get used to that.
I've wrestled probably 300 matches, and that is the first time that has been revealed. Yeah, and they say you don't learn. You
can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Exactly. I learned something today.
Well, I know for a very, very long time you were operating under the assumption that wrestling fans there was actually, if say there was 500 people in the crowd, that there was 500 people in the crowd, then there was 500 people outside of the building, and after 5 to 10 minute interval, those 500 people inside the building would filter out, and then the people outside the building would filter in. So it's like a crowd that constantly replaces itself.
And now, does Boss Rutan run the revolving door?
He does. Actually, he fractures the sternum of all the fans as they're coming in. But bearing some similarity to Boss Rutan is Low-Ki, and there we see Davey Richards. As he tried to kick Low-Ki with that bridging kick, but instead Low-Ki a step ahead of him, blocks. Davey Richards ducks the chop, and Low-Ki chops the back and hits him with another chop across the chest. Dangada indeed, as Davey Richards puts on the brakes, grabs to the top rope, and Low-Ki was going for a chop, but Davey Richards slipped out under. Oh, he just springboarded and just leapt up to the top rope, and then springboarded off the top rope to the floor, catching Davey Richards with almost like a forearm shiver on the outside disco machine. An impressive display of agility from Low-Ki.
Wow, unbelievable! That I did not even see that coming. I know that Davey Richards did not see that coming, and now laying the
hard chops into the chest of Low-Ki, and that hard kick to the chest. That could be one of the first kicks to the midsection Low-Ki has thrown this match, but I'm sure it won't be the last, as Low-Ki is just backing Davey Richards off with those chops to the chest. Davey Richards trying to escape into the crowd, but Low-Ki prevents it, hits him with another chop, and now Low-Ki is going around the horn. He's pitching chops at every single corner of the armory here in Van Nuys, and now Davey Richards is in a very, very bad situation as Low-Ki goes to throw him but instead Davey Richards reverses. Low-Ki smashes into the ring barrier, but lands on is knocked over the top by the running kick by Davey Richards, and then lands on a wheelchaired fan at ringside.
Oh my goodness! And Low-Ki made oh my goodness! And now Davey Richards trying to unhinge that ring barrier, but I tell you what, the damage is already done. Now Davey Richards throwing Low-Ki over the barrier. Wow, just a huge exchange right there, and this could be the turning point in the match with Davey Richards.
Davey Richards, though, caught off guard as he came in over the top of the ring barrier, much like wrestlers would get caught off guard when they return to the ring. They think they have their opponent down, but instead their opponent's just lying in wait for them. And that's exactly what Low-Ki was doing. But now Davey Richards has the advantage back. He has the ball back in his court as he's got Low-Ki in the front chancery. Now into a suplex position, trying to bring him up, but Low-Ki, you can see, gets the wide vertical base, blocks it, and now Davey Richards again trying to bring him up, but Low-Ki puts on the brakes once again. These two men just trading shots, and Davey Richards caught a soul butt to the midsection, and I believe stunned him. He was a mid-kick after he caught that shot to the breadbasket, and it stunned him, knocked him back, and now Low-Ki's got him up. A soul butt of Davey Richards as now Low-Ki staggers back. Davey Richards with the suplex. Now just drops Low-Ki across the top rope. His stomach landing hard on the top rope. All the wind being driven out of Low-Ki. You can see Low-Ki just grimacing there, trying to draw breath back into his lungs as Davey Richards taking a shortcut, but a very, very effective shortcut, Disco.
Definitely, and Low-Ki paying the price, and Davey Richards very smartly. As they say, if you have your opponent down, step on his throat. And
Who says that?
That is a sports adage. Between athletes, and only the best. When they don't let a team back into the game, they step on the throats and kill them dead, as it were. And Davey Richards doing just that to Low-Ki right here, stepping on the throat. Now a body slam and an elbow to Low-Ki. And
covers with the lateral press, a very arrogant cover. I'm not sure that would have beat. I'm not sure that would have beat high key, let alone Low-Ki.
That's right.
So Davey Richards really not giving the respect that Low-Ki I think deserves in this match, and now just pulling on the ear of Low-Ki. And referee Patrick Hernandez telling him it's a legal hold. He needs to break it. But now Low-Ki is trying to punish the ankles of Davey Richards to try and break the body scissors. But instead changes course and then elbows him in the back of the head. But now Davey Richards raking the eyes of Low-Ki, and Davey Richards again not showing Low-Ki the respect that I think he deserves. I mean, Low-Ki is a very dangerous opponent. He's like a viper. He can strike from anywhere. He can strike if you got him cornered, and that's exactly what Davey Richards is doing. He is cornering Low-Ki. He's putting him in a position where Low-Ki, the only thing left to him will be to lash out with everything that he has has left in his tank. And so, I mean, this is a very dangerous position for Davey Richards to put Low-Ki in.
And the big chop right there from Davey Richards, and his game plan is sound to stay on Low-Ki. Now whipping him off the ropes, goes for a hit, but actually the crucifix.
Goes for the crucifix. Davey Richards looked to have blocked it, but Low-Ki just hung on and brought Davey Richards down, and the flying double sledge from Davey Richards on Low-Ki staggers Low-Ki after that desperation crucifix pinfall attempt. But Davey Richards comes back into control of the match.
And Davey Richards staying on him like a pit bull. Now, side suplex right here. Oh, drops him into the backbreaker. And Low-Ki is down, but Davey Richards still focused on being arrogant to the fans, pacing himself, but I have to say that, and then let Low-Ki right back in with that, getting that kick in.
Low-Ki with the low kick, and now again, as Davey Richards is getting his base taken out from under him, as he keeps on trying to attack Low-Ki, but Low-Ki fires back with those hard kicks, and you can see Davey Richards can't even stand up after those 3 good shots to the thigh. Maybe perhaps Charlie Horse Davey Richards, and it's not something you think about. A Charlie Horse is dead legging somebody, but it could prove to be fatal in a wrestling match sense, where if your leg isn't there to support you, it could give your opponent time to recover and time to formulate a plan of attack to come back against you. And I think that's exactly what Low-Ki was trying to do. But Davey Richards, though, his leg may have not been completely deadened, or he could just be working on adrenaline alone as he gets Low-Ki in the submission hold, and then breaks out and stomps him to the chest. And he's questioning not Patrick Hernandez, but he's questioning the crowd. Why do you like Low-Ki so much? I'm easily manhandling him as Davey Richards, and he's unimpressed by Low-Ki. I think the fans really giving it to Davey Richards,
and Davey Richards just giving Low-Ki openings by joining with the fans, but still staying on top of Low-Ki right here. And he better be careful because Low-Ki can strike in a second.
Davey Richards reverses, goes for the sunset flip. Low-Ki stops and goes for the stop, but Davey Richards rolls him back up into the sunset flip 2 count, and now picks him up for a powerbomb. But Low-Ki, my God, with that primal scream, just stomping the chest of Davey Richards. Davey Richards pulled him back up into a powerbomb. Low-Ki hit him with that series of elbows to the top of the head and knocked Davey Richards down to the mat. Then the primal scream stomped on the chest of Davey Richards, just knocking the wind out of him. And Davey Richards struggling up to his feet. So is Low-Ki. The fans be clapping behind both men. And now Davey Richards back up to his feet a bit before Low-Ki, but Low-Ki back up as well. Chops the chest of Davey Richards, that previously stopped chest of Davey Richards, and now chops him again, taking Davey Richards off his feet. Davey Richards against the ropes. Now Low-Ki, a series of chops, just going to work on the chest of Davey Richards, making ground beef, making mincemeat, this machine, out of the chest of Davey Richards. He's slowing down, and Davey Richards, now he's speeding up again. Low-Ki found his second win, and just chopping the chest of Davey Richards, making it like a hamburger patty.
That's right, and Davey Richards now reversing Low-Ki. Low-Ki off the ropes.
Flying forearm takes down Davey Richards.
And Low-Ki staggered around, now running up the ropes. Hopped on the second rope, goes for that kick, but Davey Richards gets him in a waistlock. Low-Ki fights out, and
caught him, looked to be a head scissors, but instead, surprisingly, with a hard kick to the side of the head, another kick to the side of the head after he springboarded off the middle rope. And Low-Ki is I thought he was going to take charge of this match, but he is still feeling the punishment dished out by Davey Richards. I think Low-Ki has realized that Davey Richards is no slouch. Davey Richards has definitely matured as a wrestler since the first time these two met, or since the last time these two met, and so Low-Ki is now taking Davey Richards very seriously, which is exactly the opposite of what Davey Richards was doing with Low-Ki. I think Davey Richards thought Low-Ki was a pushover, but goes for that roundhouse kick, but Davey Richards saw it. It was telegraphed, and he swept out the leg of Low-Ki.
And now Davey Richards, now he's going to go for his trademark kicks. And this is just
A bit of an FU to Low-Ki,
right.
throwing it back in his face. And there we see.
there it is.
Oh, a chop to the thigh of Davey Richards, and that may have dead-legged him as the soul butt to the midsection of that high hook kick. And there we see the roundhouse middle kick from Low-Ki is just knocked Davey Richards out, and possibly for the count.
And Davey Richards, he might be out right here. This could be it. Oh, 2 count only.
Press only getting a 2 count as Davey Richards somehow able to kick out Patrick Hernandez, doing a great job of officiating this match. And now Davey Richards is struggling back up to his feet as Low-Ki has now come into control of this match, and he is not taking Davey Richards lightly. He's not wasting any opportunity for attack. As you can see, just those kicks to the chest of Davey Richards. Now Low-Ki goes up. Whoa! Oh, he's got him in almost like a flying. I'm not even sure. A flying 3-in-1 as he's got the legs draped across the arm and the neck of Davey Richards as he's cranking back on the right arm of Davey Richards. Now brings him up for the backdrop suplex. Davey Richards though reverses the knee to the head, slides through the legs of Low-Ki. Boot to the midsection is caught by Low-Ki, but Davey Richards follows through with the enziguri, knocking Low-Ki down, and he's following up on Low-Ki, brings him up, backdrop suplex, almost like a Masa Saito style backdrop suplex, and drops Low-Ki down hard to the mat. Now bringing him up, German suplex, the beautiful bridge, 1, 2 count only, as Low-Ki was able to kick out of the German suplex by Davey Richards.
Unbelievable, and the crowd loving this. This is what they came to see. Low-Ki and Davey Richards, you knew it was going to be hard hitting, but this has been just a fantastic battle. And Davey Richards,
he's showing the disdain as the crowd is 100% behind Low-Ki, well, maybe 99%, but still the crowd, the majority of the fans here in All-Star Weekend 5 are behind Low-Ki for his PWG debut. They want to see the debuting Low-Ki defeat former PWG World Tag Team Champion, current 2006 Battle of Los Angeles winner, Davey Richards. They want to see him defeated by Low-Ki in singles competition here tonight.
And Davey Richards just mocking Low-Ki right there, and now Low-Ki.
This is exactly what Davey Richards did not want to do, or at least in my estimation, did not want to do. But this could be perhaps Davey Richards' game plan all along. Perhaps getting in the head of Low-Ki, maybe forcing Low-Ki to get careless, to make a mistake. But so far, no mistakes on Low-Ki's part, as he and Davey Richards are just trading shots here in the center of the ring. Those hard slaps to the side of the face. And now Low-Ki with the series on Davey Richards, and he hits him with 2 rolling shots to the side of the head. And now Davey Richards hoists Low-Ki up and gets him with that middle kick to the chest as he came down, almost like the go to sleep. Davey Richards, of course, Kenta from Noah's American protege, and that there it goes to show the rolling kick from Low-Ki on Davey Richards. The heel of Low-Ki's boot caught Davey Richards right between the eyes.
Oh my God! And Davey Richards, I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get up from this. He's trying to clutch those ropes. I don't think he even knows where he is. And this could be the opening that Low-Ki needed to put Davey Richards away. He is on the opposite side of the ring.
Davey Richards up in the corner. Low-Ki springs through, goes for that high kick, but instead gets powerbomb to the turnbuckle by Davey Richards. Now Davey Richards has got him up, and a running Liger bomb covers 2 count. Low-Ki able to kick out of the running Liger bomb.
And Patrick Hernandez says it is a 2 count. Davey Richards thought it was a 3, but
he is shocked,
as we all are. And now Low-Ki being put in position. Davey Richards, he could be going for that shooting star press right here, and that would do it.
A bit slow to make it up to the top, but he's still up there nonetheless. Davey Richards in position, shooting star press comes up with nothing as Loki rolls out of the way. And John Woo just takes Davey Richards. He moved him about 8 feet from his corner, from his position in the ring to the corner, and now Loki back in control of things, and now calling for the foot stomp, the double stomp off the top rope after the John Woo. Davey Richards is stunned, and now Loki climbing up to the top rope. Comes down with the foot stomps. Davey Richards rolls him through with the schoolboy. 1, 2, hooks the cover, hooks the tights, but only a 2 count as Loki was able to kick out.
And I tell you what, Davey Richards pulling the tights, trying to do anything to put away Loki, and I can't blame him. Oh, now mocking Loki chop
exchange. Then Loki pulls him through into the enziguri, but now he's got him down in the corner. Here we see the spinning round kick to the top of the head, knocks Davey Richards down after that enziguri, and now Loki has Davey Richards exactly where he wants him as he returns to the top rope. Could be going for the moonsault foot stomps, but no, Patrick Hernandez pushed by Davey Richards into the top rope. Loki's legs split out from under him as his vital organs hit that top turnbuckle, that metal area, that metal piece that links the corner to the post. And now Davey Richards got Loki up. Could be going for the super back suplex as Loki trying to hold on with all his might to the top turnbuckle, and now the elbows and the fist to the top of Davey Richards' head, and now Loki with the elbow to the jaw of Davey Richards sweeps out the legs of Richards, and now the hard kick to the head, chop to the chest, chop to the face, and Mongolian chop. And Davey Richards is in no man's land here as he is strung up on the top rope in the Tree of Woe. Loki just going to work on the knee. Big double foot stomp, and Davey Richards just ate Loki's boots right on his chest, right on his jaw. Now Loki makes it over, covers. 1, 2, 3, and that is it. Loki with the